That's the wrong one. Okay, I'll remove you right now. You went dark on me. Ew. Hey, everybody. Welcome. We're back. We are back. And I say we because it's somebody. She's not my twin. She could be my twin, I guess. Our hair is about the same. But I want y'all to, as I get all my technical stuff done, I want y'all to welcome my friend and my Sarah and my friend, Doctor. Y'all heard I said doctor. Y'all know how I feel about doctors. I've talked about that many times. Dr. Camille Gray. Everybody say, hey, Dr. Camille. So I said that the show was going to be different. So now it's real different because we have somebody on who's much smarter than me.
Stop it.
And so, see, that's a technical thing I was trying to get away from. Okay, there we go. So we'll have fun talking about some subjects that that hopefully you want to hear. But thank those of you who are on here early, thank you. And those who may see it later, thank you. And if you're on here, we definitely want you to try and participate with us. And, you know, there'll be some things we want to get your opinion about in the comments. And we won't mess with you and bring you on screen yet, but we working on it, okay? So say hi, Dr. Camille.
Hey, everyone. If you would do me a big favor, because you guys have been visiting with Gloria on Mondays longer than you've been visiting with me. If you tell me in the comments where you are joining us in from, just want to get an idea of where everybody is so that as we select our topics, we can at times make them regional. And we really, really want to hear what you want to talk about. What happens when you say it's time to talk, y'all? We want to know what you want to talk about. So that's very important to us. Gloria, thank you. This is one of my passions. So I appreciate the way you are allowing the Lord to use you to empower me as we empower others, right?
Okay. You know, as a friend of mine, and we always say, guy got jokes. Because as of Monday before last, which was a Monday that Dr. Camille was on, that was going to be my next to my last show because whatever reason. Okay. And then she got on here talking about, oh, that's a topic for another show. Oh, that's a topic for another show. And all the time I'm sitting over here, okay, God, please leave me alone. This is next to the last show. I'm going to do my last show with my first guest, and that's going to be the last show. And so Camille just kept saying this and kept saying that. And so after I took her off the air and spanked her a little bit, no, I didn't. I just told her, okay, Camille, I guess I can't stop. And she was like, no, you can't because, so you can take it from there.
Well, let me just say, because somebody out there may need to hear this. One of the reasons why I encouraged you not to stop is for the reason is the same reason why I keep going. Is that, you know, I have a lot of projects, you have a lot of projects, and sometimes it seems like, well, why am I doing this when there are 10,000 other people doing the same thing? Mm-hmm. But the truth is, there are 7 million people on the planet. Mm-hmm. There is enough of whatever we've been called to do, whatever we've been, you know, given passion to do. There's enough receivers for all of us. God designed it that way. But the other thing is, and what I believe is most important, is there will be people, Gloria and I could go to the same place on any given day, and we could have the same message on any given day. And there are going to be people that will hear the message if Gloria says the words, and there will be people who will hear the message if I say the words.
Yeah.
And that goes for everybody in our listening audience. There is somebody or a collection of somebodies whose ears and whose heart and mind and soul are designed to hear what you have to say.
Yep.
So we're going to keep saying what needs to be said. We're going to keep saying it's time to talk, y'all. And we're going to talk to those of the 7 billion on the planet that are assigned to us. Yeah. And we are going to empower you to be able to take your message, your passion to the part of the pie that belongs to you.
Yeah. And, during this week, my sister said the same thing. And I'm like, okay, she hadn't talked to anybody. How does she even know this? And so because I started the show for the simple reason, I'm hearing clicking and I don't know if it's me or what. You think it's me?
I think it's you this time.
Okay. Let me see if I turn the volume down or something. The reason I started the show was because I was concerned that people, audience, would you let me know if y'all hear the clicking? Because I'm hearing it. But I started it because I wanted people to tell their stories, and stories of different people help different people. And I knew that some of the people, because they were just, people like me, they may never be on a national platform. Now, some of the people that I've had on the show would be. But I just believe God gives us experiences and stories so that we can share with other people. He allows us to go through things. Thanks, Cheryl. You do hear it. You know what? The devil is busy. Go ahead, Camille, and let me see if it's heard when you talk.
Do you hear it when I'm talking?
Say something again. Yeah.
It's only when it's something on your end, darling.
No, okay. You talking, let me be quiet. Go ahead.
So yeah, we're gonna use our voice. Are you hearing anything now, Gloria?
Mm-mm.
Okay, but
well, that means you gotta do the whole show.
Oh Lord.
What could it be? Clicking.
Do you have your phone too close to your computer?
Possible. But it's not on or anything. Now it's on the floor. But it's always close to my computer and my iPad.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
So audience, are you only hearing it when Gloria speaks, or are you hearing it from both of us?
It's only me. It sounds, one guy says it sounds like someone is typing. That is, see, go ahead. You go ahead, Camille. You can talk about it, and I'll look to see what I can find that may be causing, because I have no idea.
Okay. So with us wanting to empower you, empower ourselves, and to, honest to goodness, the most important part of my platform is to make sure that I am inviting you to think critically about the things that are going on around you, to think critically about how you serve yourself and manage your own self-care and help others to do the same. And one of the topics that, our topic tonight is the change in the air. And first of all, one of the changes in the air is the changes in the air for real. The way that we're doing this show, we're changing, our airtime, how we utilize and steward this airtime by not only telling our story and hearing your story, but taking the stories that are already out there and thinking critically through them so that we can make informed decisions about how we take care of ourselves, how we vote, how we send our kids to school, how we operate in the workplace. And so tonight, we're going to look at a couple of changes in the air. We're going to spend a good amount of time. Hopefully, Gloria will be able to chime in. But we're going to spend a lot of time tonight talking about the change in the air with COVID.
Okay, let me try. See, this girl that called me Slewfoot on here. She didn't know I was pigeon-toed. That's all right. It's still popping some.
So can you log on your phone?
But if I log out, you look.
Okay.
Mm, go ahead. We'll make something happen. We'll make something happen.
Oh, okay. God is good. So, ladies and gentlemen, while you're watching, please like, comment, and share. That is the way we know that you are falling in love with us, or already in love with you're already in love with us. And it's also your comments that drive our content. So please do not be afraid to ask a question. We're not here to argue. We're not here to create political lines. We just want to be able to have a dialogue, you know, those good old fashioned dialogues before everything became a fight. Do y'all remember those days? You know, we want to, it's time to talk. It is not time to argue. It is not time to fuss and fight. It is time to talk. So with that being said, let's talk about this change in the air called COVID. Let me read some stats to you, and you tell me what you think. As of 1 o'clock on this past Friday, the 13th, there were a cumulative total of 282,742 COVID diagnoses in just Dallas County. There's been a total of 4,244 deaths. As of Friday, they have identified 198 variant cases, including the variant Delta in 29 patients. And we all knew this, 84% of the new cases were among unvaccinated Dallas County residents. Now, that's the Dallas County stats. And as of today, there were 151 residents hospitalized. There have been 21 deaths since the new surge. There are, and this was very interesting. In the last 30 days, there have been 45 active outbreaks in long-term care facilities, 8 outbreaks in homeless shelters, and in Dallas County, there are 0 ICU beds. So what do we do with this when we don't feel like we have support backed by power? So since Gloria, you live in Denton County, correct?
Yes, I'm in Denton County.
Denton County doesn't report as detailed as Dallas County. As of this morning, they had a cumulative total of COVID diagnoses of 84,214. They have, as of this morning, 705 new cases. Now listen to this. This morning, they reported 705 new COVID cases. That is up from 380 on Friday. So from Friday to Monday, the number doubled and more.
Yeah.
Okay. So 670 of those are active. On Friday, they only have 351 active, meaning people had to be hospitalized or treated. And then on top of that, we have what I am calling a mask mandate ping pong tournament. One day you're supposed to wear your mask, and the next day you don't have to, and the next day you're strongly encouraged, and the next thing it's a conspiracy, and we're just going back and forth. And in the middle of this, we have gone back to church, and we have sent our ineligible, unvaccinated babies back into the classroom. Now, I know that sounds like I'm teeing it up for we need a mask mandate. And part of that is because that's what I believe. Okay.
Yeah.
The truth is, 2 weeks ago, I was diagnosed with an underlying condition. Now, I have not been, my battle cry this whole COVID season has been, I'm not dying from this, and I'm certainly not going to put myself in a position where somebody can kill me because of their own decisions. Okay. Truth is, I don't know what I'm gonna die of, but I'm gonna do my part not to die of this. The other part of this is I have parents who are up in age who have underlying issues. They live in another state, and I have to be protected so that if I get an emergency call, I will be able to see my own parents. So that's why I wear my mask, because I'm not going to let them kill me this way. So what say you, audience? Are you wearing your mask? Are you wearing it consistently? Do you know people who have chosen not to be vaccinated? And, you know, we need to have a straight conversation about how we treat each other based on the decisions. I'm not going to fight someone who is unvaccinated. I'm not going to fight you about your mask. But what I can do is say, hey, if you're unvaccinated, you're probably not going to be able to visit me. There are some decisions that I get to make because of the decisions that you have made. So what say you? Y'all type in the chat. And actually, Gloria, I don't know that I can't see the chat.
Okay. Yeah.
So let me know if anybody said anything.
Yeah, Linda. Well, the folks that are on here, they're from Texas, Georgia, Virginia, and DC that I've seen so far. And
what's up, Georgia? That's my birth state.
And also Maryland. Teresa just came on in Maryland. But Linda has two things. Tell me how to get my daughter and her husband to get the shot. She told her to stay out of it. And then she says, Children 400 has this virus. Teacher has a virus also. And there are 2,000 cases there in Georgia, I guess is what you're talking about. I swear it sounds like I'm typing. Okay, I wonder if I have a voice thing on somewhere. That's making me think. Let me check. Go close out everything else. But I was reading this thing. Suki. And what it says, it's an article from the Men's Health Network. And it talks about how women are more likely to be vaccinated than men. And let's see, we know that men have been greatly impacted by the pandemic emotionally and physically. And so this Men's Health Network is trying to encourage men to improve their health, especially when it comes to COVID, because they also have the underlying condition.
Right. So, audience, if you are among us and you are not vaccinated, this is not a gotcha. One of the things that you may or may not know about me is Gloria calls me doctor, but the reason why she calls me doctor is because I am a psychologist by profession. And I have undergraduate and master's degree in religious studies with an emphasis on religion and culture. So I have always been profoundly curious about why people do the things that they do, particularly around religious issues. So please hear my heart. Part of talking means that we're listening, and a lot of times we're listening to opposing views, and I want to listen to understand, because there's a great number of us who I don't want us to have to take sides. But there are people who don't understand why in the world someone wouldn't get vaccinated, just like there are some people who don't know why in the world somebody would. And I would like to understand the why. I promise I will not berate you. I don't have anything negative to say. I need to understand the point of view that makes that decision. One of the things that I was allowed to do as a child was, and I'm a child of the 60s, and I have parents who are from rural Georgia, and they were not allowed to question authority, but I had kind of hippie parents. They allowed us to question authority, and we could disagree, but we had to bring our intellect and critical thinking to the table. So we were free to disagree with our parents as long as we could back it up with an intellectual argument. So that's my driving force here, is I really want to understand. I want to be able to turn my heart toward the person who disagrees with me, whether it's over vaccinations, political affiliation, what's going on in Afghanistan, whatever that is, I really want to get to a point where I model the behavior that allows us to look at the heart and soul of another person and just understand, even though we don't agree. We don't have to go to war over these things. Sometimes we are made to go to war because people in positions of perceived and actual power, that's how they maintain power, by keeping us at odds.
Yeah, and some of the excuses have been, with all my tapping, for Black people, it's been the Tuskegee experiment. Make sure echo cancellation is enabled in the StreamYard Studio audio set. Okay. Some have been not enough information. My niece has been, she's scared of needles. Okay. It is off. Okay, echo cancellation is off. Wow. Let's see. What are some of the other excuses? They don't want people telling them what to do. There are just a lot of different reasons that people are not getting vaccinated. And I just don't get it. I don't get it.
Okay, so audience, what do you say?
Why aren't people getting vaccinated? Do y'all know? Nobody don't know. Everybody wearing their mask, so they don't know.
We should have had a show where we were just wearing our masks.
But one of the things that I heard this morning that scared me is that the initial virus, when you got it, I think they said you were liable to infect 2 people. With the Delta virus, it says you're liable to infect up to 8 people. And I'm like, how'd that work? Okay. Nope, it didn't work. That didn't work either.
And do we know that that's people if we have our mask on?
They didn't say. They just said if you were infected with the virus, with the Delta, I'm sure if you have your mask on, you affect less people. So I just, what's the reason? Somebody said I got vaccinated because I don't want to get the virus.
Well, there you go.
See, and others, one in Maryland, say you have to wear the mask in Maryland in stores. And the others say, yep, I'm wearing my mask. This is really weird.
This has never happened before, audience.
No, but the devil be busy. He be messing with me.
Well,
we just have to tell him, get thee behind me and don't quit.
So let me ask while Glory continues to work. Don't forget to like, comment, and share.
Yes, please.
Even if we're feedback, just like, comment, and share.
And see, yours is just a little bit. I'm hearing with yours now. I'm not going to, I'm chatting with StreamYard. Go to incognito. I don't want to go to incognito because that means I have to undo and do again, right? If I go to incognito, I don't know. So y'all just gonna have to bear with us tonight, sweets.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking, Gloria,
Let's see.
Let's ask our audience for some COVID grace. Let's blame this on COVID.
Okay. They don't want us to talk about COVID, so they're girl, this is just wild. No,
so why don't we they got quiet.
Yeah, see it now, it's going when you do.
Okay. So all that's telling me is that we all need to get some rest. And we're going to try this again next Monday. How about that?
Well, I want to ask about just relative to the school. If you were a teacher, Camille, if you were a teacher, how would you handle your class? If you were teaching third grade, how would you handle your class?
Can I be perfectly honest?
Don't say you won't teach third grade.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't. I believe this would a good place for me to exit.
You think so? Okay.
Yeah. This would be a sign for me. I know we can't have a mass exodus for teachers. I just know for me, this would have been it, because it for me is about our kids. We sent 50 million unvaccinated to school in the last 2 weeks. And we sent them to school for a variety of reasons. One, we do know that children learn better in the classroom. Good, bad, or different, we know.
Right.
And there are some students who have relative success in the virtual environment, and we need to find ways to support that. But what we've done a good job of doing is supporting people who have to be in the classroom, or mopping the floor, or in the cafeteria, or in the after-school chair, or driving the school buses. We, at the expense of getting everybody back into the workforce, at the expense of getting the students in the seats so that the federal dollars work down.
Okay.
We made this decision. It is what it is, and there is something to criticize about every choice along the way.
Yeah. And I don't know. I'm trying this one thing before we go off, Camille. Let me see if it works. I don't know if anything one teacher can do in a classroom will make a difference. And the reason I say that is because if they're letting the kids go to the other areas, it's not going to make a difference.
Hey, Gloria, is there somebody else in the house watching the show?
Yeah, I have it on my iPad, but that's not. Okay. Nope. I can hear it still. Yeah, he has me going to the incognito, so I'm trying to get get in here. Oh Lord, get in here on this other thing and see if I can bring you over. If I can't do that, then we'll just go on off. But I think now I have heard that some kids are going. Oh, shut up! Some kids are going to be eating in their what am I saying?
Classroom?
Yeah, in their classrooms. I guess if that were the case and the kids did not have to get out, that could possibly happen. But, what can one teacher do? And that's what's so hard.
That sounds like some money in Oklahoma.
Okay. Now we got an echo. Lord Jesus. Okay. What the devil is echoing? What is echoing? I'm sorry, Camille, that your first show has all these technical things.
That's okay. It is going exactly the way.
Oh, wait a minute. I got one more thing to do. I got to take me off of on here.
Okay, so my friend.
What happens now?
For just a moment.
We're still echoing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Gloria, you need to get out of here. Stop. Bye. Did that work? There's two of me. The world can't handle that.
Now there's two of you. Oh gosh, the world's got two Glorias now.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. See, if I leave this studio, what happens? We turn off the whole thing. How about that? I still hear it. Nothing's on. I still hear it. That's crazy. I still got the.
Well, we did say that there was a change in the air, and there clearly is one in the air tonight. So I want to thank you guys for tuning in with us. And we're just going to ask you to come back next Monday, same time, same way, and we will have worked this out. Or we're going to do cartwheels and backflips, and y'all going to think we Simone Biles the next time we do this. So,
Camille, someone's in the thing and said that they could not find your book on Amazon. I found it on Amazon, those rules.
What's that, Gloria? Hello. It's just us. All right, guys. It's been fun. It's been interesting. I will see you back next Monday. We're going to do it all over again, only better. Bye now.